Okay, so today we're going to be talking a little bit about psychic protection. So this is going to be
Where were you 4 months ago?
I was here. Obviously, you guys weren't, but that's okay. It's okay.
Is this anything that will go along with this? Remember that prayer? You look at it and you decide.
Okay, I had one handout that was 9 pages.
I don't know.
It wasn't put together. Oh well, I'll use one of these then.
I'm going to have to walk out halfway through it, so
That's fine.
sorry.
That's fine. Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about protecting our energy. Now, this is a real important subject because nowadays there's a lot of people sucking our energy out and taking our energy, and we let them. And we have to learn how to protect ourselves. And one of the best ways I've found to protect your energy and your space, and I'm going to do this real quickly, is what you do is you put forth the intent. The intent is your thoughts to put a protection around you. Now, our auras extend clear out, but mainly we want to protect our aura surrounding us within about 25 feet around us. And so what I like to do is take with my intent, put a bubble of silver surrounding my aura. Now you can see this silver around this lady. Well, I like to put it out further than that. I like to put it out far enough that my energy, my aura is extended plus protected in an extended form. So I put a silver sphere around. Now a sphere is not just around this way, it's 360 degrees all the way around you. So I visualize a bubble of silver light surrounding me, and that light reflects off any negative energies that are not vibrating, at least in unconditional love. Now, on Dr. Hawkins' scale, that's above 700. And then I visualize putting a golden sphere around the outside of the silver sphere. And the purpose of the golden sphere is to block out any negative energies that are not vibrating, at least in unconditional love also. And then, when I first started doing this kind of stuff, a lot of the psychics said, well, you're getting hit by negative energy, just send it back to him 200-fold or 20-fold. It says this is biblical. You send it back at the source. And I was like, oh, that doesn't feel very good, sending more negative energy back to a negative source. So as I prayed about it, I got to put this violet flame around the outside of the silver and gold spheres. And the purpose of that violet flame, and it went all the way around the spheres, was to transmute or change the energy into good energy. Why do we want to send more negative energy back to a negative person? All it does is make them more negative. And it energizes their negativity. So what we do is we take the negative energy and we transmute it through that violet flame. The violet flame is very interesting. As Vicki and I have been reading about Saint Germain in the Saint Germain series, the violet flame does a lot more than just transmute energy. It can actually clear negative energy out of your body. When we use energy, if we have a negative thought, those thought forms create an energetic block in our aura and in our space, and it can collect in our body. And as you visualize this violet flame on the outside, you can also send that violet flame through your body to clear out negative energies and blockages and different things that are causing you trouble. And in the Saint Germain series, it says you need to do this in order to clean your body out enough that when you cross over to the other side, you don't have karmic energy that keeps you from progressing and evolving. And so it's real important to use this violet flame to clear yourself. One of the ways that I've done this is I visualize, and in the Saint Germain series, they talk about bringing the violet flame down from the heavens and bring it down into your body, all the way down, and make it go all the way down into the earth, and then back up, and use that violet flame to clean out your system and clean out your body. It's kind of interesting. This is a Carillion photography of someone who is spiritually doing quite well, because normally down in here you'd have red and orange and then yellow, then green, and then blue, and etc. But this person has energized and cleared out their system enough that they're actually bringing in more white light and more good energy. So we want our aura to actually...
More gold on one side, more purple on the other. Is that just...
Yeah, it's fascinating. This person has a violet flame surrounding them, which is pretty nice. That's a good thing. And so, creating that kind of energy is very good. Now, this slide didn't come out real dark, but it talks a little bit about protecting yourself with crystals. Now, when Michael came, he gave me this purple crystal, and then we purchased this orange crystal. And I've carried them around quite a bit with me as protection and to help. One day I went out and I sat out front and I just held them in the palm of my hand, and they created this purple energy that went up and over this building and protected the building. And so I go out there every now and then, and I go out and I protect the building and put a protection around it. Different crystals carry energy. Becky and I are planning on putting a grid of crystals in the home we're constructing. And the reason behind that is that we want our home to be protected and a place where only good energy will reside. And the grid is going to set crystals all around the house. We're going to actually have 260 crystals around the house.
In the walls.
What?
In the walls.
In the walls themselves. And there will be a central location where you will be able to sit, and all of that energy will be focused, so it'll clear you when you sit in this particular chair in our house. So I bet everybody will be probably fighting for the chair, but we'll have to be gentle with it.
How will they get energized if they can't get the sun, or does that matter?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
The crystals will be set so that they focus energy throughout the house. The whole house will be protected, but there will be a point where all of the focus will be central in the house, and we'll have a chair there.
Will they be purple crystals, or?
They're actually going to all be
They're quartz.
quartz, because quartz you can program. They've actually found, like on Superman, they have the crystals and stuff in his cave in the North Pole. Well, the crystals will actually be programmed to create good energy, and they'll be programmed to clear negative energy. How? You have to, through our intent, we can program the crystals. And so each one will have to bless them and place them in in spots in the home. Now, crystals, I like clearing my crystals by putting them in the full moonlight, and then I take them out and put them in the sun to clear them. And it works quite nice. And they feel better when you clear them. It's quite interesting. This poor thing, it's been cracked a couple of times and different things, but every time I put it out in the sun, it starts feeling better again. You got a question?
Well, just wanted to share something. Black tourmaline, you can get out at right out here in Industrial Drive, woodland crystals or something, woodland rocks.
Oh.
Anyways, they have raw black tourmaline that you can get, just the stones.
Yes.
And that wards off the bad. And
Uh-huh.
I've got those on each corner of my house. And then they have selenite. Selenite just spontaneously brings in the angelic realm. And so I've got that also. and they've got pillars that come up to a point, and they're beautiful, white selenite. And
Yes.
that puts they say that it puts a grid over your home, calling in the angelic realm and then warning away the negativity.
Yes, selenite is very powerful. I'm going to talk a little bit about black
I feel like I'm in
selenite.
school, but we've got a lot of quartz crystal around here. Have you programmed them for?
Yeah.
You have?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's interesting because fluorocite, or that comes in purple and green is fluorite is very powerful for humans, because most of us, our energy is a crystalline fluorite formation. Now, different planets and different beings come from different places, but most of the people here are beings that come from the Andromeda galaxy, and we are a fluorite type crystalline structure. And as we protect ourselves, you can actually take and do a visualization again of the columns of fluorite crystal on your sides and front and back, and energize those and make them as an additional protection. And we are beings that we can put energy out as far as we visualize, because we're beings of light, and our light extends out into our entire universe. And so you can go and visualize each one of those forming another one on each side of them, and in the front going out as far as you want to put them, and energizing them and putting protection around you that way also. Black tourmaline, I used to use black tourmaline to protect, but I decided, there's a story about black tourmaline. This lady that owns a rock shop, she put black tourmaline out, and it kept everybody out of her rock shop, because all of us carry a little bit of negative energy, and so it kind of warded everybody away from her rock shop, so she didn't have anybody come in. So I actually talked to her, and I told her, well, put some fluorite instead, because fluorite will actually attract people, but you can organize the fluorite too as a protection. And I put fluorite up in the front. As you can see, I've got a couple of pendulums hanging, a green one and a purple one, and I've programmed them to keep negative energy out but let people in that need to heal. So it all starts with our intent. And so I want people to come in, but I want the bad stuff to stay out so we don't get hit by it. There's been a lot of times that we've been in here and we do something and the door will literally shake, and the door will push open, and the bell will ring, and it's kind of interesting, and it's energy coming in and out of the building. And we call in the archangels and healing beings of light all the time, and that door, it's kind of fun as we've worked here to see that react. Jana Garrett came in, and there used to be a burial place underneath this building from ancient times, and she spent a couple hours clearing the energy in here, and it feels really good in this building now, because there's a really good vortex of energy, and we've got a lot of protection, a lot of angels. And so we need to bring those things in. Now, there's different herbs that work really well for protection. One of them is white sage and regular sage. The Romans used to say, drink a glass of sage tea every day and you'll live a long life. And one of the reasons why was the sage was very cleansing of negative energy. And as I've been reading the Bruce Cure, which is about cancer, they say in there, drink sage tea every day. And he doesn't say exactly why, except that sage is very cleansing for the body. And so, using different herbs to protect yourself. We use a lot of frankincense oil. Frankincense is a very holy oil, and it was one of the things throughout the Bible that they felt frankincense and myrrh were very cleansing, very purifying. And when the wise men came to Jesus, first things they gave to him was frankincense and myrrh, and they also gave him some gold. Now the gold was a monetary thing to get him out of there so Herod wouldn't kill him, but also the gold is very protecting. And that's why people are very drawn to wear golden jewelry, is it's a good protection, believe it or not, to wear. And the frankincense, I like putting it on the shoulders and the top chakra, and also over the throat, third eye, and the heart, because those are our spiritual chakras, and it's good to use it as a protection. We've had a lot of people that we've sold frankincense to, and they love it because of the protecting aspects of the frankincense. Now this is a picture of a healing gem that actually has some metallic gold inside of it, and it's in a spiral form to create a powerful protection vortex. And it's also a purple color, the violet flame, remember? And so, you know, there's a lot of different things that are very protecting for us. I made a homeopathic that I energized with protecting energies, and I called it psychic protection because so many people were getting psychically attacked that I was told by Spirit to make this homeopathic called psychic protection. And the people who have taken it, they feel better because it protects their auric field. When our aura is protected and whole, we feel better. We have more energy. We're able to think clearer. When we get psychically attacked, it affects our minds. It affects our ability to make decisions. In fact, we may make decisions that support that whoever's attacking us rather than supporting our own energy. So it's important to keep your auric field cleared. How are you? Good books for protection. I just sold my last Psychic Vampire book by Joe Slate. It's one of my favorite books about protecting yourself. And another one is this Psychic Protection by Alan Brooks. It's a very good book on psychic protection. As you go through your auras, I do a lot of breathing exercises too, where I energize each chakra, each energy center. And as you go about doing that, that actually puts more energy into your system and makes it so you're more psychically protected, believe it or not. And so I've taught the Kundalini breathing for a little while, and I want to teach the glandular one because it's very protecting. And with the glandular one, what you do is you bring in light and love from the heavens. So if you all want to do this with me, your intent is to bring in light and love from the heavens, and you bring it down into your crown chakra. And the main gland in there is the pineal gland. And the pineal gland is very important. It's important to keep it working and opened up. And so you bring that in, breathe in, and you make it bright and shiny and reverberate. Reverberation is you visualize it getting all excited and happy and just, you know, making lots of energy. And let the energy go up and down your body and settle back in your heart with love as you breathe out. Now, the reason you settle it into your heart is you want to put love into everything, process everything with love. And so as you make it go up and down your body and settle it into your heart, you settle it in there with love. And then next you bring it into your third eye. So let's breathe in. Bring it into your third eye, and the pituitary gland's the gland with that. You make it reverberate and shiny and bright and producing all the hormones it's supposed to, and then the energy go up and down your body, settle back in your heart with love, and then breathe out. And then we'll breathe in again. Bring it into the throat chakra, which is the thyroid and parathyroids. Make them bright and shiny, reverberating, full of energy. The energy go up and down your body and settle back in your heart with love, and breathe out. Then next, we'll breathe into the heart chakra. Bring that energy in. I move energy with my hands, so you'll always see me moving it with my hands. And I put it into the thymus gland. The thymus is your main immune gland, and this century, Sylvia Brown said we're going to have to keep our immune glands working really good to survive what's going on in the world. And so bring it in and make that thymus gland bright and shiny, reverberating, producing the T cells and the beta cells, the cells that help our immunoglobulins and push out anything that shouldn't be in there, and the energy go up and down your body, settle back in your heart with love. And then bring it into the solar plexus and have it hit your pancreas, your liver, your spleen, your intestines, your gastric mucosa, and have them produce all the hormones and enzymes, everything that they're supposed to be producing, and let the energy go up and down your body, settle back in your heart with love, and breathe out. Then bring it into your sacral plexus. Bring it in and let that get bright and shiny with women. Bring it into your uterus, your ovaries, your tubes, the cervix, and make it bright and shiny, everything perfect. And men, bring it in and bring it into the testes, the prostate, all the system, the organs in the male pelvis, and make it bright and shiny, reverberate, and let the energy go up and down your body, settle back in your heart with love. A lot of times when you're moving the energy even, you'll see the light. And I always close my eyes because I see the light better, believe it or not, with my eyes closed. And you can see it getting brighter around your field, which is very cool. Now, the last breath that I do with this breathing technique is you visualize roots going clear down to the magma of the earth and bringing that up into your kidneys and adrenal glands, make them bright and shiny, reverberating, and the energy go up and down your body, settle back to your heart with love, and breathe out. And then I visualize my connection to the earth and going all the way up in the heavens, and I breathe in and visualize that connection being very strong, the energy going up and down my body, and then I blow out any negative energy and I put it in a recycling bin with that violet flame and turn it into good energy, okay? Because you don't ever want to have bad energy present. So, any questions on that breathing technique at all?
That was awesome.
Okay, good. It's interesting. I was praying for a breathing technique probably 8 years ago, and that technique, no, it's been longer than that, about 11 years ago. I was up at Systemics and I was teaching breathing techniques, and I wanted a new one to teach people. So, hey Jana, how are you? You must have known we talked about you today. I was telling them about clearing all the energy
Oh, yeah.
out, because we're talking about psychic protection today.
Oh.
So anyway, so it's real important to clear your body out. Now, another way that I clear energy, and Angela taught this, and she probably ought to be up here talking about this, but when I came out of a very negative situation, Angela was doing a fire ceremony, and she was using a sword, and we visualized cutting off all of the negative attachments, because we actually get attachments to other people, and they are energy conduits that drain our energy out. And with this sword, we would cut those off, and I like reattaching them to the heavens so that the people don't know we've cut them off, because a lot of times they're sucking us out, and they like, when we cut it off, they feel that they've been cut off, and so they'll try and reattach. And so what I do is I take those energy conduits and attach them up to heaven, so they're sucking out good energy out of the universal prana, so they don't suck us out anymore. But they're getting energy, but it's coming from a good source. And then you seal up all of the areas that were connected to you, seal them off with white and golden light, and heal them. Now, another reason I have this picture up is another thing you can do to protect yourself is call in the archangels. The archangels, they call them archangels because they're the main leaders of all the angels. And you can surround yourself with myriads of angels too, but what I do with the archangels is I call in Saint Michael to be on my right, Gabriel to be on my left, Raphael to the rear, and Ariel to the front, and I have them all there surrounding me and protecting me. And you can, you know, call in legions of angels to help you. Every time I fly, I'm a little, you know, sketchy with flying, because you're flying through all this energy, and so you definitely need to protect yourself whenever you're flying. And whenever you're landing or taking off, that's the most dangerous time for the aircraft, believe it or not. And so I always, whenever I'm taking off, I always ask for about 10 legions of angels, which is, you know, a legion is 1,000 angels, so it's 10,000 angels to help us take off safely. And when we land, I ask them to come and help us safely land. Now, when I was in Hawaii writing my book, there was this storm came up as we were landing in Maui, and I mean the plane was getting blown all over the place. And you know, the captain came on, he's like, everybody fasten their seat belts, and we were literally getting thrown up and down, side to side. And immediately I said, okay, I need 30,000 legions of angels. And immediately the plane stabilized. It was not a coincidence in my mind. You know, maybe, you know, people think I'm nuts, but I tell you, you call them in and boom, they're there. And we landed without an incident. And I, you know, for a little while there, I was a little sketched out that we were going to be torn apart because the plane was just shaking so badly. So we have that capability to call in the help from the other side. They're waiting for us to call them in. They're there, but they're kind of held back by our free agency. So, did everybody get a handout?
I got some more printing.
Okay. So, in the handout, there's a lot of different things in here. You know, dark energy is always going to be there. We're living in a dualistic universe. Every time the light does something, the dark will do something too. And it doesn't mean we're going to have more power if we go over to the dark side, because yes, you do get power doing darkness, but there's always a price to pay when you're in the darkness. When you're in the light and doing things with love, there's never a price to pay for what you're doing. So it's better to stay in the light and do things in the light. I've met people who are dark energy workers, and it's a dangerous place to go. And I don't recommend anybody to ever deal in the dark energies. But know they exist, and know that in the light we can protect ourselves and surround them in love, and it helps protect them too. And by doing that, we're creating good karma, good energy. We're actually helping the planet to evolve, because to evolve we need to move more into the light, because in the fifth dimension there won't be the contention, the darkness, the problems that we are experiencing here in this duality in the third dimension. So always call in those archangels. We love them. Mantras for protection. I believe that when we say something, it's very important to have the word I am. So I am safe. The I am statements are very important in the Saint Germain work also. And so I am safe. I am protected. I call forth the archangels for protection. I am divine oneness. I am one with the universe. I am invincible. Kind of interesting statements. I am surrounded with divine beings of light. All of these statements are very powerful, and as you say I am, that energy immediately enters. You know, when God appeared before Moses, what did he say to Moses? Moses says, "Who are you?" And what did he say?
I am that I am.
I am that I am. And that is a very powerful statement for us to say, because in essence we are part of God. And when you say I am that I am, you're saying I am a part of God. And very powerful for protection. Does anybody have any questions?
I'm curious, in the beginning you said you put silver around you. I always
Yes.
put gold. Why do you put silver?
I put silver and gold. Silver and gold have different properties. Like this is a copper pyramid, very powerful for charging energy and charging up stuff. We put stuff under here to charge it up. I don't know why we've got the stapler in there, but it helps the herbs even be more powerful. But if I had a silver pyramid or even a gold pyramid, they each enter in powerful energy. And gold is the most powerful, believe it or not, and the second most powerful is silver. A lot of people, they'll surround themselves in white light. And when we send negative spirits or people, entities that we need to process, we send them to the light. But over the years, I've learned that using the golden white light is the best. And that's why I use a silver and gold. It's kind of a silver white light and a golden white light of protection. I was talking with somebody who deals a lot with, I know this is going out there, with alien type energy. And that there is a race of aliens that enslave us as human beings. And instead of the being going to the golden white light, to Christ, the Christ energy, the aliens draw them in with this white light. But it's not a golden white light, it's just a white light, you know, and we're all told to go to the light. And they go to this light and they actually get entrapped. And so when I send people souls to the light, I send them to source light or divine oneness light, which is a golden white light. And that's what I visualize. And so that's just what I've learned over the years. It's kind of an interesting thing, but I do believe there are entities out there that have actually, I was, years ago I took care of a couple of people who worked at Area 51, and they actually did a lot of experimentation with the human soul and human energy. And these guys, they were very straightforward about it, that there are beings that want to control our energy. And they've done a lot of scientific studies, and they even have machines that will suck our energy. And so it's important to know those things but not focus on them. Some people get so focused on it that anytime we focus on anything, our energy is there. Like if I think of a dead person, like Lee Polton, Lee is here immediately. And when our thoughts are out there, that's why we have to watch everything we think, is we create whatever our thoughts are. And so bringing in white light, bringing in goodness, kindness, love, it's very important to focus our thoughts on good things and on the light. Does that make sense for everybody? Even with our health,